36 years life in big cities and mostly traveling abroad. So that part of thing over, and I thought of moving towards nature. So my objective is moving towards nature. So for that purpose only Herbal Foundation was started, and this is the farm of grandfather of my wife, kept unutilized. Like the backside you can see vacant lands surrounding area. So water was there, so it was a luck. So we had started planting the herbs of this locality, mostly Palkad, Coimbatore, and 5 nearby districts. So this is the area. So we could first job which we have to do is identification and collection. Identification and collection is very important, particularly for students from Ayurveda and Siddha. You should know the plant by just by seeing it. Unless you study practical aspect by visiting the farm, it should be made compulsory in the very first year, the farm visit. So this was my objective. Luckily, government also now I think insists farm visit for the students, isn't it? Farm visit is a part of the program. So here we developed around 4 acres, planting various this thing. Of course, it's not 100% success case. Around 30% of the plants are not coming up in this hot soil. Black soil top. Red soil is one of the best. Even though if you see the literature of very old literatures, black soil is good for herbs, it is written. So, but black soil is good to 70%. Remaining 30%, I get to get red soil from outside farm, and then try to grow those plants. And then water is another problem. Water, soil, Panchabhutangal, water, soil, and air also very important. Water should be good quality. Second, soil should be good quality. If it is overused soil again and again, herbicide, pesticides, these are the two things worst. Even fertilizers, personally, I can tolerate because some nutrient deficiency is there that has to be replaced. It cannot be replaced automatically by fall of the. If take this leaf, if it falls, it is already deficient in say copper or some other element. So the leaf doesn't have that, and next generation, if you are growing some other plant, that plant will not grow because there is a deficiency in the area itself. So when you are planning for a herbal farm, it should be the herbal farm should be okay, thank you. So the herbal farm should be ideal for most of the crops, most of the medicinal plants that should grow there. Otherwise, it is a commercial. You can grow one or two which comes up. For example, ashwagandha alone. Ashwagandha comes up fairly well here, but wild variety. In Tamil Nadu, two districts, many ashwagandha you can see. One is Coimbatore district and another one is Tiruvannamalai district. So we have trial plot this side some time back, around 3 years back. Posida variety from UP and the local variety from Coimbatore. So that local variety I collected because the birds, குயில் இருக்குல்ல, அந்த குயில் வந்து அந்த எலக்ட்ரிக் லைனில் உட்காந்து டிராப்ஸ் போடும், அங்கேருந்து வந்தது. அதோட length of the root, ashwagandha root, is nearly 1 feet. Photographs I normally take while digging out. So 1 feet length, and it takes more than 1 year for that. So life cycle itself is more for wild species, and Posida variety, which is one of the fast growing in mostly grown in UP and Madhya Pradesh, that comes up fast. 7 monthly you can harvest it, but the length above 7 centimeter is considered as a grade, first class. But you see the wild variety and this. So our focus should be, is my view, our focus should be on towards nature. That means whatever is growing naturally in forest area or in that farmlands wherever bunds are there, so and fences are there. So these whatever naturally grows, we try to encourage so that the phytochemical content will be fairly higher. If I experiment some foreign plant here, 90% will not come. 10% will be successful by nature. That is a situation. So try to preserve. Preservation is topmost priority for younger generation. If in Coimbatore district somebody goes, for example, Pei variety, Periyathumbai. So in the front of the house it is there. This is the plant. This is the corner last plant. Yes, this one. So this is the pay variety common in Kerala and parts of Tamil Nadu also. 6 months back, a team did research for cervical cancer of women in Europe, I think Netherlands. So this particular item, it cures is established recently. So suddenly there is a demand for this plant. They went and searched in Anaheti Hill area. This plant was not available at that season. I don't know why. So it is a partly seasonal plant, but it keeps on setting the seeds and it grows more. So I got only one plant, now hundreds of plants in this farm. So this is very very useful for sinusitis. If you have sinus problem, this particular leaves you put it along with nochi. This is Neela Nochi, Karnochi we have different. So Nochi and these two, if you inhale, and both cold, cough, and sinus very effective. So like this, these plants has to be preserved. Somebody finds out abroad and asking for the plant, and if you have it only, I had on that time 100 plants. So immediately I gave it to them for the purpose of further growing in some Pudukkottai area or somewhere. So every plant, every weed is a medicinal plant except say Parthenium or 2 3 weeds. So Arugambul, grass, we know Arugambul as a medicinal plant on the top portion. Siddha doctors and you may be knowing much better than me. Arugambul top were walking after immediately morning walking they used to drink. But most important again is bottom portion root, white color, very strong. If you just put it in your finger, sometimes it will penetrate. Such a strong root. It has cancer curing property. So Samulanam, you take both together or use that root portion. Root portion is not being used by common people. Maybe doctors may be using, but the common people they don't know. Only top layers is being sold in the walking area like race course in Coimbatore or some other places in other parts of the country. So in the very area, all these plants you have to preserve. For me, gardening was my hobby all through. And once Abdul Kalam called both of us, myself and my wife, when we were in Delhi, we maintained some herbs and kirai in the house. You know how to maintain in Delhi heat and cold. It will die. South Indian plants will die, isn't it? So we prepared a tray of this size and put 6 inches tall. Adverse climatic condition, we have to grow. Let us experiment. Let us experiment. So 6 inch height, you put the soil, preferably red soil, and sow the seeds. The seeds may be ideal for growing plant for 3 months in such adverse climatic condition. But when there is an AC room, if it is there, you protect it by pulling it inside during summer and winter season near the heater. Near the heater means not close, but to maintain the temperature. Like these situations, you can grow, but it is very costly. Few plants you can grow. I have grown. He called both of us and then appreciated, but finally he fired me. This knowledge given to you by God, not to keep it for your family. This was one of the strongest fire in my life. And just I sleep, I won't forget the word he used firing me. I touched his feet. Sir, I will do it. Currently, I am most of the time out of the country. Once I retire, certainly I am going to follow your advice. Time being, only Sunday I will devote. Like that, I got his permission. So lightening this thing. So that impact till continues. I think till my death it will continue. So that is the real immediate cause for starting this. Even though I had interest in this quite some time. So coming to other difficulties when collecting the thing, தேடுதல்னு தமிழ்ல சொல்லுவாங்க. You have to search. Feel free. Two of you can join. Feel free. Go around the nurseries. What are all the things available? Whether that is a correct plant they are selling it. There are too many things duplicates. Duplicate இருக்குல்ல, Vallarai, you have another duplicate Vallarai. Like this, there are several things you can, now it is in the market. Manjal Karisilangani, another Manjal Karisilangani is there in the market. Like that, it is, you have to distinguish yourself. Don't buy it. Don't buy it plainly without distinctly different plants are available in the market. So you have to be careful in choosing. Okay. So with this, just I want to throw some light on you. Whenever you complete today's this thing, in between, if any query or it comes, at the end I'll answer it. Now I'll hand over to, thank you very much for Dr. Ajayan. He keeps coming to our farm for 1 or 2 seminars. So he was very helpful to us. I can say as a whole AVP itself, and also RVS group, Siddha and other doctors, they used to come here for regular training. I thank all of you for coming over here. It is in entirely one batch. Other colleges come every month 10 to 20. But your college whole thing comes, it is one way useful, one go you can this thing. And this type of programs to continue, and you kindly visit as many farms as possible, preferably that southern part of Tamil Nadu is one of the best real capital of medicinal plants, which Dr. Ajayan may be knowing thoroughly.